What up, man? It's your boy Twin here. Look, man. Never mind the wave cap that I got on, man, with a dreadlock cap. That's what it is, because it's huge. I just retwisted my dreads, man. So all my dreaded brothers and sisters, man, y'all feel me. Y'all know where I'm coming from. But look, in the meantime, printers are okay. But I tend to keep it on stock.
They don't know what's hot. They don't. Niggas don't know what's hot. They don't. Niggas don't know what's happening. Or they just blind to the fact that it's hot. That's true. Niggas don't know what's hot. They don't. Niggas don't know what's hot. They don't. Niggas don't know what's happening. Or they just blind to the fact that it's hot. That's true.
What up, man? Look, man, I told y'all, yo, to all my, this ain't no lottery video or nothing, as y'all can see from the background. This is just me talking. And basically, I want to share my experience with you guys with one of my lucid dreams. If you're not familiar with lucid dream, to my interpretation, they say a lucid dream is when you're dreaming and you actually know you're dreaming and you have control over everything. No. My definition of a lucid dream is that, and also when you wake up out of nowhere and it's like, yo, oh my God, I was dreaming. Like the dream was so vivid. That's my idea of a lucid dream. You get what I'm saying? Even though I can't change the definition, but more than likely that's more on the side of, because like, who the average American, who's gonna actually be able to control what they're dreaming? In that case, let me dream the Mega Million, win the lottery numbers. You get what I'm saying? So I say all that to say this is a link. I think I might. I don't think I'm gonna link it. I might link it, or I might put up a screenshot here. I might put up something like that, like to let you guys know exactly the binary beats like that I was listening to as I was sleeping. And mind you, this was around maybe like Monday or Tuesday, if I'm not mistaken. Like after a few days after me quitting smoking and caffeine and stuff like that. So I'm like I said, you guys know that I'm big on spiritual. I'm big on my higher self, our higher consciousness. Like we're all able to, you know. When I was young, let me give you an example. Like when I was younger, it was like I ain't gonna call out his name because me and him, we cool. We always been cool. But in middle school, he was like. In middle school, that's when you tend to act out. You know what I mean? That's when I tended to act out. And it's like I was an honor student in elementary, but like in middle school, that's when you know what I mean? The puberty kicking in, and I'm from the hood, so like we gave those teachers a hard time, and I beg for their forgiveness. I apologize for being a jackass throughout my intermediate years, but nonetheless, it was one guy. He was a band guy. To this day, I think he's a doctor. Like me and him, we mad cool. I ain't gonna call it no names, but we mad cool. So he was walking into the classroom one day, and I was like, yo, look. I'm just saying to myself, look at what's called. Look at him. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying to myself. And I'm like, I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, yo, he's so square. You get what I'm saying? He's so square. I'm like, yo, this motherfucker gonna trip. Watch what I tell you. This is what I'm thinking. I'm like, yo, this motherfucker gonna trip. Watch what I tell you. And the dude literally tripped. He didn't fall, but he tripped. So I'm like, yo, at that day, I'm like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? So like, you know, if you like all my if anybody watching this that's like younger, or even if you in college and you like in the classroom, sometimes it be so silent in the classroom, it's like you can get, and shout out to the young lady that said she was an empath as well. It's like you can get that vibe of like what somebody thinking. You know what I mean? Like I usually can get that vibe in a room anytime. Like, all right, what they thinking? You know what I mean? Or that's generally how I'm comic. You know what I mean? How I can control the room with comedy and try to make folks laugh. And I also can feel when it's like, all right, people don't want to be bothered, so I don't deal with it. You get what I'm saying? So that came like second nature. Basically what I was saying is like, I'm thinking, I'm like, yo, this dude about to trip. And he actually tripped. He didn't fall or anything, but he tripped over his own feet. You get what I'm saying? And it was like, he was walking normal, but something told me that he was about to trip. And that's how it was. That was in middle school. I'm 27 years old now. You feel me? So... But with that being said, like I said, we getting back to the lucid dreaming, which I had. So the dream started off crazy. It started off crazy. It was like, yo, it was like I was in some room. I was like in some room, and there was other people around, and it was like we was all being held captive. You get what I'm saying? Held captive. And it was like a clown just popped up. And I'm like, yo, I'm just sitting there looking, because I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, what the fuck is this shit? You know what I mean? Like, I didn't know I was dreaming. You get what I'm saying? I didn't know I was dreaming. But I'm like, what the fuck is this? It was like a white-faced clown with like orange hair and shit. It wasn't scary at all, but it was like he was one of the guys that had us captive. And then you know how dreams do? They kind of fast forward it, and then it's like I'm in like the little hallway in which where that clown was at, and I see like a sign or some shit, and it's crazy. It's hard to describe what that was, but when I look back, I see my cousin, which is locked up in the penitentiary. Free my nigga Moot. Free my brother Moot. I seen him on a bed, and he was in a football uniform. I'm like, what the, you know what I mean? Like, why is he in a football uniform but he was asleep? and it was like a hurricane or like a flood came through, and it was like the whole room that we was in, it got flooded, and it was like he was on the mattress, but he was asleep. He didn't wake up at all. He was asleep, and it was like I'm looking, and the group of people near me, I'm looking at, I'm like, yo, and then even the people that had us captive, I'm like, yo, why the fuck is they not doing anything? So we eventually go get my cousin and we wake his ass up, because like at this point he was damn near about to drown, and we wake his ass up and he get up and it's like, all right, boom, he woke. You see what I'm saying? That's another part of the dream. So now we fast forward and it's like we in this big ass cafeteria area, right? And this is, like I said, this is all a dream. I didn't know I was dreaming. We in this big ass cafeteria area. And my cousin's the one that had the football uniform on, and I'm gonna let him know that next time I talk to him, because maybe that might be a sign of me, the higher up telling me that that's what he need to be doing. You know, he need to be out there on somebody's football field. But maybe, I mean, whatever. We in the cafeteria. He's there with me, and then my female cousin, which I'm about to be 28 in December, and she's about to, I think she's about to turn 27. So that's how that worked. You get what I'm saying? She was there. I have no clue why she was there, and it was like a lot of people, other people around us. Now, the way the setting was set up, it was like a racial thing. You get what I'm saying? It was like a racial thing. So I'm not gonna call out the particular race, because like I'm not racist at all. But you had Mexicans in there. You had you had the Spanish, the Caucasians, the Asians. It was like a lot of people. It was basically like a society. This is what I'm getting y'all to understand. It was like a society in which we was in, but it just felt like we was being held captive, right? So the guy come up, his race I'm not gonna mention. He come up and he laughing and he cooling and shit. You know what I mean? But at this point, I'm under the influence that, yo, I don't want to be here. What the hell is going on? And I'm aware of the racial setting. You get what I'm saying? Like, you don't affiliate with that race. You don't affiliate with this race and shit like that. You know what I mean? So he had a Reese's, the candy bar, a Reese's, and he had it like he was about to throw it at me. Like he was just taunting me. And the next thing I know, I just swung on him and knocked his ass out. Bam! Knocked his ass clean the fuck out. So goddamn it, at this point, everything is like normal. It's like that. Ain't nobody going crazy or nothing. It's like that's some normal shit that happened. It was like he was like a joker or some shit. But he wanted to taunt me, so I had to knock his ass out. Bam! We standing up. We basically like standing up against the wall and shit. And my cousin right there beside me. So then a group of niggas walk in, right? A group of brothers walk in. And it's like one guy was tall as a motherfucker. I'm talking about this shit. He was tall. And he was like surrounded by motherfuckers. I see this in my peripheral. I'm not paying that shit on mine, but I see motherfuckers coming towards us. And this motherfucker, he had a lot of people around him. He was dressed in like black and red. Mind you, black and red is my favorite color. Like black and red. I love black and red. So he come towards me and he grabbed me by my fucking neck. Right? He grabbed me by, this nigga hands was big as a bitch, and he had like long fingernails. He grabbed me by my fucking neck, and I'm ready to swing on this motherfucker, like, cause I had just knocked the dude out, and my cousin held me back. He was like, nah, Dre. And I was like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? So as he held my neck, he took his hands and he went like this or some shit like on my forehead, like something like that. So I'm like, what the fuck? After that, I was like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? Like, I didn't know what the fuck that was. Now, I remember that vividly. Now, fast forward, you know how dreams do. Fast forward, we was like in the kitchen area of that place that we had already plotted up a scheme how to escape this society or whatever. Cause like, rewind. It was like I flashed back into the front of the house, because we all had, well, I had a cell phone, and at the first beginning of my cell phone, I couldn't pull up anything. Want no cellular data, want no Wi-Fi, want nothing. I couldn't pull up nothing. Then later on, when I was in the cafeteria, I was still like, after that situation happened with that big tall ass guy, my phone, I had my phone, it was still operative, but it was like split in half. So I couldn't do shit with it. I was trying to pull up the location where the fuck I was, you know what I mean? Nothing was familiar. But I do remember that the address, I'm not gonna call out the address, but I'm gonna call out the street name. So if anything is happening in this street, or if anybody's near this street, y'all need to check on that and make sure ain't nothing, no foul play going on. It's spelled T-O-P-P-A-R-Y. T-O-P-P-A-R-Y. Hopefully I can put the text up so y'all can see it. That street or that avenue or whatever, this was the address. And I was trying to figure out, you know what I mean, how to, whatever. Fast getting back to, we was in the cafeteria, we already had a plan, because we seen like a Cadillac. It was a Cadillac car. That was going to be escape vehicle 1. And then we seen like a big ass Navigator. Y'all know the old school Navigators, like when they first came out, like the Navigator, like that motherfucker was sitting on feet. It was sitting on chrome wheels. And I'm like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? So I went back to the scrap. It was like an Asian and like a Caucasian guy. They was like in a corner, but like they was dressed bummy as fuck. Like I don't know if they was probably like if you familiar with the term like house nigga. I don't think they was part of the people that kept us captives, because the people that were keeping us captive, they was white, they was black. Like it was a black guy called Bone Collector. He was the guy that ended up chasing us. Let me get back to the point. I went to distract that guy, and being that I distracted that guy, when I ran back to the kitchen, my girl cousin, she had already left within the Cadillac. They had already left. They had already left within the Cadillac, and being that they left, I was like, all right, now my ride must be the Navigator. So I hop into the Navigator, and it's like it's already we already packed. Like I know the Cadillac had probably had 6 people in there, because we escaping. We getting the fuck out of Dodge, and the Cadillac had like 8 people in there, and it was like 2 to 3. I think it was like 2 fine bitches, and then it was like a dude on the far end of where I'm getting in on the passenger side. I wasn't driving, it was another guy driving, but they was waiting on me. And it was like 2 fine ass bitches like right at the door. I'm like, bitch, get the fuck out of my way. Like I ain't give a fuck about nothing. I'm like, yo, get the fuck out of my way, let me in here type shit. So I get in, and the dude start driving, and then I ask him automatically, I'm like, yo, can you drive this motherfucker? And he ain't saying shit. Next thing you know, we found out that the police and everything behind us. Now, mind you, when I say the police and everything behind us, as we were in this building, it was like this was a society. So the police knew about it. They had school. The school was right. It was like a school right beside it. You get what I'm saying? So again, like I said, TOPPARY. If it's a street somewhere in your country, in your city or whatever, if it's somewhere like that, if you see that street and if there's a school near it, y'all need to find out what the hell going on in that house. You know what I mean? And if you need an address, if that name sounds familiar, I will damn sure likely give you the number. The actual number to that address, because the shit was creepy. You know what I mean? It was creepy, and I actually seen that. It was, yo, what up, man? Look, man, I'm gonna go ahead and end this video, man, because it done cut off on me twice. The end of the story was basically I was in the water or whatever, and they ended up fast forward, and the guy Bone Collector, if y'all heard me mention, he was ended up there. We was at an assembly line or whatever. But the moral of all of this, why I wanted to share it with you guys, is because like I actually be meditating, and I actually wanted to. Like if anybody know anything about it, you wanna talk to your higher self, you wanna ask your higher self something, because your higher self knows more than you do. You get what I'm saying? Your conscious self, like your conscious self is you, and your higher self is the motherfucker that he's the motherfucker. You feel me? She's the motherfucker. You feel me? That's the motherfucker that you know what I mean? He's the one that's closer to God than you are. You get what I'm saying? So in a nutshell, what I want to share to you guys is that, remember that guy that I told y'all, the tall guy with the long fingernails and he had on black and red? It was like, my first instance, I was like, yo, is that the devil? But like, no, I was just chilling. I mean, I was driving one day and I was with my sister, and I just started laughing out of nowhere because I was thinking to myself, and I'm like, yo, that was me. Like I had that confirmation that, yo, that was me. That the tall guy with the nails, he looked nothing like me, but that was me. Like that was me. That was my higher self, and it's crazy because my higher self, it was like, I don't know, man. I think because like I said, the gesture that he did, he grabbed me by my neck, and as I was ready to like swing on him, he was like, no. You know what I mean? Like he gave that impression, while my cousin was also telling me, no, Dre, don't do it. And it was like, off of that, just thinking about all of that and how everything happened, it was like, yo, that's my higher self. You know what I mean? Because like, yes, I do meditate and I do try to contact my higher self to try between you and I be trying to get the mega million numbers and stuff like that. But I don't think they're able to do stuff like that. But like as far as helping you with your diet, or helping you with quitting the smoking and quitting getting off of drugs, or whatever the case may be, they can help you in situations like that. Don't quote me to that. I mean, but more that's what they there for. And they can,
homie, you ain't really like that. Stop playing like about that. You the type get uppercut in your ass for your own fight. That's all right, homie, you ain't really like that.